Alright, yeah, what's going on? Welcome back to another video, man. And I know it's been a while and my fault for that. And the reason for like not that many videos because one, Diablo 4 expansion came out and I've been having a lot of fun with that. I've been addicted to that shit. Not only that, I just recently went on vacation. I went to EDC and that shit was a blast with my bros. But now it's time to hop back into the grind because I missed a lot of stuff over the weekend. Not over the weekend, but over the past couple weeks. And the past couple weeks have been pretty crazy for the DCU. For example, we're gonna talk about the two main things in a bit, but the first pretty major thing for animation wise for DC is I believe they're having like a little convention. Not they are, but their studio is having like a booth or a presentation of some sort for animation stuff. So for example, I believe we're gonna get our first look or some more information about the Mr. Miracle show. And that is very important because that Mr. Miracle show is part of the DCU. And if y'all don't know much about the character, he has something to do with, the New Gods and Apocalypse and all that stuff. And who's in Apocalypse? Darkseid as well. And I believe they already said that Darkseid is mentioned or at least is going to show up in this series, which, that's pretty big. And that's like more world building for, the DCU as well. So that's going to be very big. Not only is the reason why that's like pretty big, but also remember what James Gunn said, whoever is the voice actor for like a pretty big major character, most of the time that actor is going to portray the live action version of that character. So whoever voices Darkseid is going to be the live action Darkseid. Now James Gunn has also said like maybe like depending on how the actor is and how the actor looks, they'll probably switch them. But for the most part, if they do a good job and they actually do look the part, they're probably gonna be the live action manifestation or the live action character for whoever they're voicing. Also, another big thing is I believe we're also going to get our first look for Creature Commando Season 2, which I believe it said that they're aiming for a 2027 release, which, we'll know more info once, that convention comes. But not only is that going to be mentioned, I believe, the Starfire show, My Adventures with Green Lantern, which I believe that's primarily going to be a show about Jessica Cruz. And that may be all the projects that they're going to be talking about. Maybe there's some other surprise projects as well. But for the most part, it's going to be Creature Commando Season 2, My Adventure with Green Lantern, Mr. Miracle, and, Starfire. But the two main big things that, that I really wanted to talk about is first of all, the recent thing is Green Lantern, more specifically the Lantern Show. I remember I made a video a while back talking about lanterns, and a lot of people at the time were really skeptical and were really shitting on the whole lanterns trailer because there wasn't enough green. And it's like, it's only a teaser trailer and there's gonna be green, dude. Like it's mostly primarily focused on Hal Jordan and John Stewart, like two of the biggest fucking like lanterns or Green Lanterns to be specific. It's gonna be mostly about them. But of course there could be some fucking like Green Lantern shit. And a lot of people were shitting on like, oh, there's no construct, there's no green, and it's like, yo, we just got a fucking Green Lantern and Superman. Not only that, dude, we got some banger fucking construct by Guy Gardner. But again, people were too kind of impatient and they were just shitting on fucking lanterns. And now with this recent trailer, a whole lot of people kind of switched up, which I don't mind that they switched up. But at the same time, it's like, yo, like, a lot of people like myself were telling you like, hey, like, just wait on like more trailers, just wait on more looks. We're gonna get that green. And we got that green, dog. And a whole lot of people are switching up now, saying like, oh, this series looks so great, blah, blah, blah. And just a whole lot of people switching up. And not only that, dude, people were saying like, oh, the gun became a fucking nuke. And it's like, yo, like I love James Gunn and all that, but remember, this isn't made by James Gunn. This is made by other people. Give them the credit as well. Give the credit where credit's due. And we also got a look of Hal Jordan with his suit on, and a lot of people are still shitting on it. And I'm like, yo, like this kind of like, for me personally, this looks like Earth 1 Green Lantern type of suit, and I don't know why people are still shitting on that. Like, yo, it kind of looks like the Green Lantern Earth 1 suit. Like, they definitely took influence from that suit when you look at it. And not only that, man, there's a shot on the fucking trailer that where Hal Jordan counterfeits fucking money by using the fucking lantern ring. That's sick, bro. That's so sick and funny. Like, come on, man. And it's just crazy. And it's also crazy to me how I believe there's already a season 2 in the works. Like, they have so much fucking hope, or not hope, but like so much faith in this, you know, project that they're already working on the season 2. They already have a writer and a director for season 2 of Lanterns, which is like fucking mind-boggling to me that like they already have that shit ready. Not ready, but you know, they're already planning for season 2 and already hiring like for season 2 work. And it's like, damn, like y'all really that faithful in this fucking, you know, project, which it's not a bad thing, but at the same time it's like, yo, what if this shit flop? Which I don't think it'll flop. I think that like there's somebody on Twitter pointing out that that the first, you know, teaser trailer that we got for Lanterns was mainly for people that love, you know, those HBO projects, and this trailer is more for, you know, the whole DC fan project, for the whole DC fan to look at. And you know, I'm just glad that like, you know, we got the best of both, you know, fans looking at this project and seeing like, oh, okay, like I'm in. But that's enough about Lanterns. Let's talk about another project that a lot of people actually switched up on, and I wanted to talk about this, you know, when the trailer came out, and that is Clayface. A lot of people switched up on Clayface, and god damn it, dude, like I believe I made 2 or 3 videos talking about Clayface, saying like pretty much both of those videos I pretty much said the same shit, and that was, don't sleep on this project, man. Like be on the lookout for this project. Please don't sleep on it. Please, you know, fucking be hyped for the project. And a lot of people were skeptical, were still like really skeptical from day one. And when CinemaCon came around, and you know, those influencers, you know, got the first look at Clayface, and you know, they posted a TikTok video saying like, oh, Clayface is gonna be like that movie where a lot of people are gonna switch up, or not switch up, a lot of people are gonna sleep on it right now, but once that trailer releases, a lot of people are gonna be very hyped for the movie. And you know, you started to see a snowball effect for that movie, like, oh, like, you know, my favorite influencer said that about Clayface. Okay, all right, I see it. And then the trailer came out, and boom, that snowball just started to form as a giant fucking snowball, and a lot of people were really excited for Clayface. And I'm like, yo, don't switch up now. Like I you know, I'm not trying to like say, I'm not trying to take credit for like, you know, being hyped for Clayface day one, but at the same time I'm like, yo, like stay on that side, but don't stay on that side, because I really want this movie to succeed. Because if a movie like Clayface can succeed, like, dude, we could get more solo fucking villain projects. I mean, look at Joker. I know Joker 2 kind of flopped, but look at Joker 1. If like that movie did not need a sequel, but I'm pretty sure WB was like, hey, like please make another Joker movie. Like the first Joker movie made $1 billion, and I'm not saying that Clayface is going to make $1 billion, but that movie has a budget of $45 million. And I believe it needs around $135 million for it to like succeed, and I have no doubt in my mind it's going to make its budget back and then some. Like this movie is going to be a financial fucking success, because one, you know, a lot of people are on board now, and two, it's around fucking October season, and you know what's in October? Halloween. The scary fucking spooky vibes. And since it's really that close to, you know, Halloween, a lot of people are gonna see this, you know, leading up to Halloween, and then, you know, maybe on Halloween as well, which I hope it does, because goddamn, bro, it just looks so damn good. And not only that, dude, like short budget film, like, you know, horror movies are kind of popping right now, man. I mean, look at Five Nights at Freddy's. Like some people, like some critics are really hard on that movie, but that shit still makes its fucking money back and then some. And look at, I believe, Weapons. Weapons had like a really low budget. I believe that had a budget of like $38 million, which is pretty close to Clayface's budget. And that movie made $207 million. And that was a horror movie, man. Like, this movie, like, pretty much came out of, well, it didn't came out of nowhere, but this movie isn't like, you know, it's one of those movies where it didn't get a really, you know, it didn't get a lot of hype, but you know, the word of mouth was good, and you know, for a horror movie, dude, that's fantastic. And if like, I have no doubt in my mind that, like, you know, like I said, Clayface, it's gonna like, since like those nerds are gonna watch that movie, and if again, like if the word of mouth is good, then the horror movie fans are gonna be like, oh, okay, like, all right, you know what, I'll give Clayface a chance. You know, it is, you know, superhero slop, but I'll give it a chance. And you know, horror movie fans are gonna be like, oh shit, like, okay, all right, you know, I love it, go see this movie. And if horror movie fans can attract other horror movie fans, then hey, bro, like the sky's the limit for the fucking movie, bro. I can't wait for that fucking, dude, I really can't wait for that movie, because I really want to see how good it succeeds or how bad it flops. And if it flops, and then hey, fuck it, man, maybe it just wasn't meant to be for Clayface. But I really hope it doesn't, because that'll just open up more doors for solo movie horror-like characters within the DCU, like maybe like a Killer Croc, Poison Ivy, shit, the Calendar Man. Imagine a Calendar Man, like, dude, imagine a Calendar Man written by fucking Matt Reeves. I know Matt Reeves doesn't like the fantastical elements of, you know, that much, but hey, I wouldn't mind a fucking Calendar Man written, you know, by him. But yeah, like I said, you know, if this movie succeeds, you know, the sky's the limit for Clayface. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. I know I haven't been uploading as much, but since I'm pretty much, you know, done grinding, not done grinding, but since I'm pretty much slowed down grinding on Diablo 4, and, you know, I'm done with my vacation, dog, like, we about to get back into the grind for fucking DCU. And, you know, not only that, dude, just in time for, you know, Supergirl as well. Supergirl is pretty close to release. It's like, what, like in a couple of weeks or something like that? Like around 3 weeks, like around 3 weeks or something like that. So, hey, man, I can't wait for that. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Are you guys excited for, you know, the animated stuff for DC and, you know, and lanterns as well? Like, let me know about lanterns. I really want to see what people think about lanterns. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.